Hello friends, so today we are going to be covering what's this? Yep, Silent Hill F on the 6800M. We are currently running the latest AMD drivers from WHQ certified 25.9.1. My G helper settings are as follows. I'm on turbo mode. The fans are ramped up to full. We are using the default settings like maxed out for the system. The Windows power mode is at best performance. CPU boost is set to aggressive, like we are not touching anything here. Advanced mode, like the temperature limit, I am not messing with it because if we like reduce the set up fixed temperature limit and the CPU tries to push beyond it, it will hurt the core clocks and such. The undervolting -15, I really doubt if it even works, but yeah, this is the most stable place where it doesn't crash for me. So, yep, from the game mode side, it should always be on. Let's just face it. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the game. All right, we're in the game. Yeah, let me just move this a little bit to the side. Okay, that's a bit too much. A little bit. This should be perfect. Like it's not eating too much, and we can still see the data. Right. So let's see the settings that we are going to be working with today. Full screen at 2560 frame rate, no limits, VSync off. I'll see if I can get it down to 1080p. Okay, at 1080p, I think it's hurting the resolution straight up. The yeah, video output will be messed up. Yeah, so I suppose we are fixed onto the monitor's default resolution, not refresh rate. Right, so this will be a 1440p video. Okay, so from what I can see, the frame rate is either 30, 60, and that's all. Maybe in game we can move past 60. We'll see. Right, so the preset, okay, performance balance quality. Right, let's start from quality then. Screen percentage, 100. Right, Lumen Epic. Whoa, the quality setting seems to have hit the FPS quite hard. Right, so Lumen Epic, reflections are Lumen Epic. Uh, Lumen tends to act like the baked in ray tracing. So let's see how our GP handles it. Right, so shadow quality is very high, texture is very high, shaders are very high, visual effects. So basically everything is on very high. So yeah, anti-aliasing, we will need to use FSR quality minimum. Motion blur on, color blend accessibility is off. Right, let's get into the video. Alright, so we are in game and wow, for some reason we are at a locked 30. This is on FSR quality, locked 30 at like the highest settings possible. Preset wise, I mean it's good to see that the FPS is locked to 30. I'll have to check that this appears to be more of a FPS cap. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, so removing the FPS cap, we are getting okay, okay. Okay, so what we can see is that the more distance that it has to render, the yeah, that makes sense. The further the FPS drops, like because if we are looking at the static house, right? Yeah, easy 54s and 48s. Looks good too at FSR quality. Yeah, but it immediately falls apart the moment we start rendering these foliage and everything. Right. On the power side, yeah, we're consuming like 150 watts something. The GPU is sitting at 127, 126. Yeah, like 130s max. I mean, it's not really playable. It's more like Alan Wake vibes than the game. So what we will do is we will try and see if we can drop the FSR from quality to balanced first. Let's see if that helps. Okay, stable 45s, 44, 43. Okay, so like it is somewhat playable now. I can feel the system, the game's responsiveness increase. Yeah, but this is still like subpar experience at best. Like if we are not hitting 60, I don't think we are actually gaming. Okay, Fox is coming. Yeah, yeah. Okay, right. Let's try dipping into FSR. We'll go to performance. Let's see how bad this hurts the image quality. Okay, so the image quality, yeah, it appears to be not all that distorted. Probably because this game is not like super high demanding, like it's a very slow title. We are mostly exploring and seeing somewhat combat, so yeah, I mean this is playable. Only while looking at the foliage does our frame step, but ooh, I saw one very nasty stutter there. Right. So the 1% loss, as you can see, is 33 FPS, which ideally should be a lot higher for the game to feel actually smoother. So preset wise, yeah, for bumping it out to max at 1440p might not be the call. Yeah, even at FSR performance, we're not able to land the full 60 FPS. Now we can actually try and kill this Lumen settings. Like from Lumen Epic, we can turn them to off. This can help the system screen space resolution. Yeah, we will keep it at SSR then. And you can see immediately by killing Lumen, we suddenly find our frames back. Yeah, the game feels a lot more responsive. That's the cost of Lumen's computation. The 6800M is just not built to take it. Yeah, currently we are at performance, right? So the image still looks like quite good as compared to I was really worried that the performance mode will kill the images. Yeah, as you can see, like high 70s, 60s, even 80s. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Let's look at the foliage to bring it down a bit. Okay, even with the foliage, right, it's dipping down only in the 50s. Yeah, and the game, it doesn't look too bad even after removing Lumen. I mean, sure, it looks a bit more colder now, but right, so that, right, so killing Lumen will get you your playable FPS. Let's go back up a bit to see if we can get our quality FSR back. Yeah, let's go step quality. Hmm. Okay, we are at quality FSR. The image looks a lot more sharper, but the frames are down to low 50s. Right. Yeah, I'm thinking balance might be the way to go here. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just have everything on balanced? Okay, so we are on balanced. The image looks stable for the most part. The frames are also doing good. I think we can set them to log 60 for the best possible experience. Where is it? Where is it? Frame rate limit. Yeah, setting it to 60 means our GPU will not have to work super hard, and seeing as we can hit that 60 mark consistently, right? We won't be seeing any bad status even. I right, so yeah, the RX 6800M is still viable at the highest possible settings. Just remember to turn off Lumen and use screen space reflections. And yeah, so this is, I believe, the showcase for the maxed out settings. Let's go down a bit. I'll remove this limit once again, and we will dip the preset from quality to balanced. Right. Okay, let the scene load a bit. Yeah, it has a really bad habit of switching back to TSR. I really should check. Indirect lighting is Lumen epic, but reflections get changed to screen space reflections. No thanks, give me my FSR back. Thank you very much. Right, so we are currently at FSR quality, everything is high. Reflections get a bit toned down from Lumen to screen space, and indirect lighting we're still using Lumen epic. Right, so at no limit on the FPS, here we can see that we are getting 50, 55. I mean, it's in the high 50s, but it's still not good. What we need to be aiming is 59 or 60 straight up. I'll try lowering the FSR to see if we can maybe make up for it. This, this Lumen hit here. Right, going back to FSR balanced. Immediate changes in FSR balanced. Like we get back at 60, the game becomes a lot more smoother, as you can see here from the frame time graph as well. There are still some spikes during the when you were trying to move to a new area, but yeah, for the most part, it's playable. I still don't like those spikes though. Right. Okay, a very stable 60 FPS. Quality, moving to quality will start hurting the performance at lower settings because it doesn't have uh, too much of data to reconstruct that image from. But sure, let's give it a shot. We are now at FSR performance. I'll be damned. This FSR performance. This FSR in general is quite well put together for this game. Like if the image looks this good at performance, like why not? I'll definitely make use of it if the game looks this good. at 1440p performance. Impressive. Like sure, the image is not as sharp as it was in the balanced or quality, but look at our frames. That's 89 FPS. The foliage still kills it though, only for a moment, because once the image is done loading, yeah, we are back to high 80s, low 90s. Most impressive. Suffice it to say, I'm very happy with this game. It is definitely nothing like the Silent Hill that I covered before. I'll skip this one and we can continue. Right, so medium settings FSR quality, and you're playing FPS, basically FPS, first person shooter level frames. Seeing that there is not a lot of foliage here, let's try to go back to the quality FSR and see. So I'm in the wrong settings. Right. So even with Lumen Epic at medium settings, we are handling it quite well. Right. So in these alleyways, we are getting 70, high 60s to low 70s. Still playable. We can see the flickering bulb. Yeah, the shadows are good too. And we're still like drawing a consistent amount of power in 150 watt total and 120 between GPU. God, I hope if you have a better cooling than me in your system, then this can go a lot more higher. Mine's gimped for some reason. I'll need to have it checked out again, or maybe a PTM Surge 950 video coming soon. Who knows? But yeah, back to the game. So we can see our 1% lows are hovering at 59 FPS, which is where they should be for most part if you want the smoothest possible game. And our FPS is in low 70s, which we are looking up. Immediately killed it for a second, but that's just the game loading. Right. The issue is disappears the moment the scene is loaded again into the system. So this was balanced at FSR quality. Now let's go down a bit to performance. Right. Okay, so the game really likes its Lumen. That's for sure. And this kill this to no limit. Lumen high. Let's keep Lumen high. Okay, so at performance, everything only goes down to medium. Now that's very interesting to see. View distances at high. FSR set to quality. I think the high is okay. Where we have fun. Right. So we are at performance mode, and yeah, once the game loads in, every asset at medium we can. Okay, yeah, another cutscene. Let's skip it. Right. Yep. We are definitely not wanting for frames. That's for sure. The shadows are also pretty good. Ooh, ooh. No, that was bad stutter. Suddenly we saw a lot of loss in performance. Could it be due to that foliage in the? Nope. That was just another scene loading. Because the moment it's done loading, we are back to our smooth, high FPS gameplay. Very nice. This is that quality. Can I go to one of these halls? Let's try. Right, so maybe not. Alright, let's. Now we are going to see what's the max FPS that we can pull For this, we are going to be switching from FSR Quality to Balanced. All of the other settings are at medium with indirect lighting set to Lumen high. It's just one below Lumen Epic. And at FSR Balanced, honestly, yeah, I was not seeing a lot of FPS. Maybe the system is taking time to process the change, but yeah, this is similar in performance. At a slight loss to the visual quality, like 7074s. So maybe I think, yeah, my CPU clock speed is starting to hit a limit here. New area. Yeah, as soon as the area opens up, we see a noticeable drop in performance. That really looks like traversable to me. Anyways, yeah, so this performance mode seems to be not that much benefiting our actual performance. 70s, 60s. Let's go to FSR performance and see FSR performance. Yep, so there is a noticeable increase in the smoothness, but yeah, we were getting the same thing at medium as well. So I don't see any reason for you to drop performance anytime. Right. Skip this. Uh-oh. Yeah. Mm, I'm now skipping any more cutscenes. What's this? Okay. This mist and this fog is hurting the performance. Skip this again. Even if I said I'm not gonna be. Okay, what's this? Right, so switching to this third person perspective fixes the FPS, but okay, John, thank you. Um, why did you stop? Please keep running. Please run. Thank you. Okay, not that way. Mm. Yeah, so okay, bro, I think I'm dead. No. Okay, nice. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Not a fan of horror. Right, so as you can see from the frame time graph, this is quite intense on our system. The graph seems to be going crazy, so in this case, it's like limiting the FPS is the best possible option to get a smoother gameplay experience. We'll be limiting it to 60 to see if it can stick to 60. And yeah, the frame time, ooh, the frame time spikes are still there. Nice. Climb up, climb. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right. Yeah, so overall, I mean, this is quite playable. I only covered the presets, but if you really want to go all in for frames, if we can kill this, we'll kill the lumen. We can even kill reflections. We can go as low as this lets us. Shadow low, textures low, shaders low. Yeah, remember to restart your game after any shader changes because that can hurt how the game looks. FSR set to performance, find motion blur off. Right, these settings should give you the best frames possible. Let's see what the game looks like. Right, we are still running locked at 60. Yeah, that's on. Sorry, no, let's see. Right, 140. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, then now we are in basically shooter category type frames. Right, we are seeing high 140s, 130s. So post processing is killing a lot of our frames. That's for sure. Post processing effects and everything. As soon as we kill the view distance as well, right? It's basically like a Fortnite-esque issue. Killing view distance immediately frees a lot of compute power for our GPU. Right, guys. So I think, yeah, I showed you best performance, and I think I showed you the burst of performance of this game for 1440p. I should have healed, but yeah, not really thinking about playing this game at the moment. So yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found it fun. Later.